It's really important that you understand the relationship between a factor and an intercept on the SAT. So if you have a factor, then in order to find the actual intercept, you will set it equal to 0. Let's take a look at this function f of x. We're looking for how many x-intercepts this graph has. So it's x times x minus 4 squared times x minus 5 cubed. So the fact that this is squared and this is cubed does not mean that there's an additional x-intercept. There are 3 factors here. The factors are x, x minus 4, and x minus 5. By setting each of these equal to 0, you can actually figure out what the 3 x-intercepts are. This one is x is equal to 0. This is x is equal to 4. And this is just x is equal to 5. So there are 3 intercepts. Now, what do these exponents mean? Well, this question's not asking it, but I would like to show it to you, just so you understand what's going on here. I'm just going to do a quick graph here. And what we're going to do is talk about what this graph looks like overall. Now I'm going over this because it's something that they may ask you, so it's important that you understand this. I know that I have 3 zeros at 0, 4, and 5. So I'm going to put a 0 here, a 0 at 4, and a 0 at 5. Now what do these exponents mean? Well, if the exponent is odd, it means that the graph crosses through in either direction, crosses through. If the exponent is even, that means the graph is actually going to bounce off at that point. It's going to actually be tangent to the x-axis. So I know there's a bounce at 4 and it goes through at 0 and 3. So how do you figure out what the rest of the graph looks like? Because I can't quite figure it out just by looking at this. Well, if I were to expand this entire thing, my power would be x to the 6. It's an even power and it has a positive coefficient. So that means overall, my graph is shaped like this with a bunch of stuff going on in here that we're going to figure out. So that means I start up from positive infinity and I know at 0, I go through. I also know that at 4, we have a bounce. So I'm going to bounce at 4 and at 5, I go through. So this is a little bit messy, but you get the idea of what the general shape of this graph is like. Got it?